We have an audience.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
We're back.
You.
You see what I deal with?
It's been a little while, but we're back. Just a little update. We have been working behind the scenes. We have new episodes coming, and there are some changes coming to our podcast in general. The name will stay the same. We're still out here on the Extended Branch.
What's the name?
Extended Branch.
Oh, hi, everybody. This is the Extended.
This year has been hectic. I hope that you guys out there in viewership land have enjoyed the videos that we've posted on our YouTube page, on the Facebook fan page, on the Instagram. You can follow myself and Billy on TikTok because we've got nothing better to do with our times.
Seriously, as the laziest person on this podcast, I have to say, the two of you have been carrying the torch.
Trying.
Big time.
What we do.
So thank you for doing that.
Speaking of which, can you explain why this hasn't happened earlier?
Because they don't know. We all know, but they don't know.
Okay, so I have been calling them 3 nights a week for about 2 months. All right, so maybe that's not so. Unfortunately, during the past number of months, my job kind of sort of monopolized my time, and to the detriment of me being home with my family, me being at my work just doing work and not marching band, and and definitely me being a Freemason and subsequently not being here for the podcast. So I want to say thank you for everybody's patience. But this season break was our first season break. I'll go on record right now. Next season break will not be as long as this one was. So thank you everybody for your patience. But nothing matters more to the three of us than giving a podcast that makes people enjoy Freemasonry, answers some questions, has some fun. We just like spending time together.
Yeah, there's also that.
So thanks everybody for all that.
I mean, honestly, this is the first time we're in an undisclosed location right now.
Undisclosed.
Yes.
We're in Ricky's basement.
It's where they left him.
But it's not just Kevin's. It's not Kevin's cross to bear being a teacher. Obviously, my year as Worshipful Master is wrapping up as we record this video. I'm finally taking that weight off my shoulders, if you want to call it that, and I definitely have to say it's a bit of a relief.
He's happier. I can attest for that.
It was a stressful year, coming out of COVID.
Yeah.
Dealing with the egos and the politics.
Okay,
and
stop talking. So what he means to say, and what he's too humble to say, you have done, Worshipful Master, a tremendous job this year.
I will 100% agree.
Being the leader of Olive Branch Lodge. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Now we would like an awkward comment about your
how was
exemplary year in the East.
Yeah, what did you do?
I got to yell at past masters.
Ooh, yeah. Look for that in Summer Olympics.
The Masonic Summer Olympics.
That's right.
Screaming, yelling at past masters.
Screaming for sport.
Go Jersey.
It goes in decibels.
Yep, that's right.
Billy, do you have anything new coming up?
I got a couple things specifically for the podcast that I've been working on. As you guys kind of figured out in the last season, I kind of like history a little bit, just a tiny bit. And I started going into our lodges. Specifically, I started with ours. Olive Branch has been around since 1849, and we haven't always actually been in this exact spot. The building where our lodge is actually was built in 1962. Little bit of history, but we were actually in Pennsylvania before we were in New Jersey in 1849, where we first got our charter, and then we slowly made our way over here. Little things like that, and then the brothers in 1962 bought the plot of land, or 1960 bought the plot of land where the lodge stands now, and they built this lodge. After having met downtown Freehold for a while, they built this lodge, had it christened, and then they had their first meetings, and then us as Masons of Olive Branch Lodge go to the same building every week that our brothers bought. But the history, the furniture, some other things that I'm not going to start going into right now. Yeah, they've been here since 1849.
Yeah, the objects inside the lodge.
Yeah, they
Have
have
some mystery.
in fact been here, but that's kind of what I'm going to go into.
This chair that I'm sitting in.
Yeah, specifically.
Yes, honestly, yes.
If I sneeze,
It's
Explode.
us.
we lose an entire chapter of New Jersey Freemasons.
So, so my thing for the coming season, other than trying to have Kevin not break
Bring
200
furniture.
200
Break
year-old
another
chairs.
chair. So I'm
Yeah.
the fattest person on the podcast.
You see how this
Yeah,
is going,
That's what you're
folks?
saying, Billy.
So
Catch it up. Don't worry.
I'm gonna let you
Son of a
know
bitch.
kind of why is our name Olive Branch? Why is other lodges named the way they're named? Who came up with the names? How long have they been around? Stuff like that. Specifically, I'm going to start with the lodges that I'm familiar with, and then we'll go into others. But that's what I'm going to bring, and that's what I've been working on, is doing some research on this stuff. Also, I've been doing a little presentation, if you will, on one of the Masonic brethren that I don't think gets enough credit, and that's Prince Hall and Prince Hall Mason specifically. And I know we've touched on it a few times, but it's something that I am actually very passionate about.
One of the general ideas that I wanted to bring forward to the next season was not only reaching out to Prince Hall Brethren, because we didn't get to do that first season. Hell, we only had one guest from out of jurisdiction,
Right.
or out of district. But I also wanted to reach out to some of the Masonic creators out there.
Yeah.
Worshipful Brother JPG from Fraternal Ties. Some of the guys that I met on TikTok, Brother Widows Miho, Brother Harbor
Oh,
Grace. You know, that these guys are brethren from other states
This guy's plugged in.
Yeah.
that are doing great work for the fraternity and answering questions and dealing with a lot of conspiracy, which is always fun.
It's
Wow.
one of your hobbies, I've noticed on
yeah.
TikTok.
It's fun. You have to seeing some of these.
Andrew is bringing it to the people.
I absolutely
That's
am.
what happened to the last guy.
Don't say that too loud. They
Don't
might
talk
go after
about
us.
Ricky. We don't talk about Ricky.
But that's what we have in store for you guys, and
Yep.
I couldn't be happier to finally get back in a room with these gentlemen. We may not always be in this room. We're obviously going to be heading back to a shared universe because, it's the shared universe.
Yeah, it's a podcast studio when we use it.
But stay tuned.
Yeah. Good things
closing
coming up.
remarks, sir?
Kev?
Oh yeah, no. Well, I didn't get to talk about what I was going to do for the season.
Well, we don't.
You
well,
talked enough.
No, you're penalized. Penalized.
I did not.
All right. Well, one-time exception.
Okay.
Fine.
All right.
One-time
So-
exception.
Right now, I can tell you. First of all, I've got nothing planned for this.
See?
upcoming
See?
season.
See, all this time he's
However,
done nothing.
for the next 5 minutes, I have a game.
Ooh.
I have a new game.
I love a game.
I mean, there's the old games. We love the old games. We've gotten the feedback. The letters have been coming in.
Mhm.
Karen is doing a mediocre job of answering the letters.
It's really terrible. I mean,
I have to say-
mediocre is.
Who hired
We're gonna start
I
taking
didn't
some
hire her.
You
resumes.
hired
I didn't hire her.
Listen, I just think the writing's on the wall at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might have to let
Okay,
him.
write that down
We'll have to talk.
All right.
I mean,
Well, we're gonna start personally getting to the letters.
Karen,
We'll
if you're
get back to
watching,
We're sorry.
what? Not yet.
it.
Okay.
You did.
Okay.
You did a pretty decent
So-
job. The first time.
But thank you for those of you who have been playing along with the letters.
Yes,
but
thank
so one of the games that I want to introduce, without taking those other ones away from those other ones, I want to introduce Masonic snippets.
Ooh. A
Snippets.
snippet.
Snippets.
So a little tiny
Yeah,
bit. Of
a snippet, just a little bit of Freemasonry, and you know, we're gonna pull things from maybe not necessarily ritual, because if you're a Freemason already, you know we can't do that, and if you're not a Freemasonry person yet, if you haven't joined the lodge, what's taking so long?
Yeah. If
But
you're watching
anyway,
this,
it's on
should
you.
be. Yeah. I mean,
Right. So okay, so here's your first
Snippet of a snippet.
foray into Masonic snippets.
Snippet them.
Okay, so I'm going to read you a quote
Okay.
by a famous Freemason.
Okay.
And you get to guess who it is.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Oh, I'm down for this.
I will say that just to frame it, right, so that this is not a 10-minute long podcast, more than it already is. We love you. So this is a Freemason from the 18th century.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. But what I'm about to read is no less true in 2021,
Uh-huh.
gentlemen,
Then in 17.
than in December
XX.
2021. So here it is. I read to you this. Quote, "It does not take a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority keen on setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of men.
Is that Voltaire?
It is not Voltaire.
Okay.
1700s.
I'll read it again. It does not take a minority, or excuse me, I'll read it again, but this time I'm gonna use the right words in the right order. It does not take a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority, keen on setting the brush fires of freedom in the minds of men.
1700s, huh?
Mm.
Go ahead.
It's. All right. Can we ask questions for clues?
Sure,
Okay.
I'll do my best.
Political figure.
Somewhat.
Shit.
That
I'll say this. Clandestine political figure.
Clandestine political.
From the 1700s.
Clandestine.
Okay, so
Is that
Ben-
Benedict Arnold?
No, because he was in the military. He was
Yeah.
very much a political figure.
Sure. Okay.
it wasn't Ben. It wasn't.
It was not Ben Franklin.
No Benji Franklin. So.
He will show up in snippets.
This brother.
Yeah.
Often. Or Ben will.
Ben will.
Okay.
Oh,
I was gonna say
good
the man.
God,
I was
yeah.
gonna say the man had.
No, if
quotes.
we're gonna do snippets without Ben, we might as well just shut the light
We
off.
might as well just read the Farmer's Almanac. I mean, for God's sake.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you.
You know. Okay, I will say this. You know this name backwards and forwards.
Lafayette.
Not Lafayette.
No.
Lafayette had it. Lafayette was a star of season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
This
but I
will be
wasn't
the
there.
only time we mention Lafayette in season 2.
I
I'm saying that now. as a
I
promise.
have promised
Only
none of
because,
that.
William, stop. There is, in between season 1 and now season 2, there's been a torrid love affair between
There has been.
the Bilbo side of the podcast and the Lafayette family, and there's
It's a problem.
There's lawyers involved.
Yeah. My wife got involved. It's not great.
All right, so I'm tapping out. I'm done.
No, come on.
No, one more.
All right,
Okay.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Okay. There is more than one person that shares his last name who played a significant role in the 18th century in this country.
There's more than one.
More
person.
than one person that shares his last name.
Andrew Johnson?
No,
Yeah, I didn't think so.
no, that's 19th century.
Yeah, I was gonna say Johnson Jackson.
Wrong.
or
That was, yeah, he's 1800. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Okay, I gotta give you one more hint.
Yeah, one more.
For this first iteration of Masonic snippets.
I gotta get better at
Okay. To this day,
this. Uh-huh.
this brother Freemason will make absolutely certain that you enjoy his frosty beverages.
Sam Adams?
Samuel Adams.
Samuel Adams.
Damn it.
Samuel Adams.
Why did the
said-
beer clue give it away?
Even though it wasn't his.
It does not take a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority keen on setting the brush fires of freedom in the minds of men.
Yeah,
Think about that,
Kevin.
specifically coming from Sam Adams.
Yeah, Samuel
Right,
Adams.
right.
Yeah.
So the front line of the American Revolution.
Yeah.
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 So that's the first snippet there, people.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got it faster than we did.
Yeah, I'm clearly not ready.
That wasn't
listen.
faked at all. I was gone.
You could have paused this at any point, made a sandwich,
And then come back.
come back to it 2 months later, and we still would have gone like, is it Lafayette?
Yeah, yeah, it would have. Yeah.
Andrew Jackson from 1962.
It was FDR.
Andrew Jackson.
Yeah,
from
so
Civil
Sam
War?
Adams. We got Sam Adams done.
Cool.
This first little.
I like that one. That's a good one. That made me think. I'm pumped, man.
Yeah. So
I'm excited.
so I will make certain that I followed up with some scripted hints. But yeah, Masonic snippets, because if nothing else, Freemasons have been completely enamored with posterity for years.
Oh yes.
So I mean, you could just go down the list. Like top 5 Masons who said things:
Pike.
Pike,
Washington,
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson
No,
was
not
a
Thomas.
Freemason.
No, not Thomas Jefferson. The other
Good
one.
night, everybody.
No. Thomas. What the hell's his name?
I don't know what the hell's his name. FDR.
Dave Thomas.
Founder of
Dave
Wendy's.
Thomas, also star of season 1.
Yeah.
FDR, in all honesty, and his uncle Theodore.
Yeah.
Both of them. Yep, both of them were
Okay.
Freemasons.
Yeah.
They like to talk.
They did.
Yeah.
They-
Charles Lipton. I know he liked to talk. I know a lot of the
Listen,
guys
we're
that
listing
do
off all these Freemasons. You can find them all on
Yeah,
Wikipedia
they're there.
under famous Freemasons.
Yeah.
But for this, stay tuned for season 2.